It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And the spotlight is on these Chiefs' sure-handed wide receiver, who's closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Chiefs and the Raiders, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It's another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome, everybody watching at home. Maybe you're waiting in the shopping line somewhere. Pick us up one, would you? I'm Kate. Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And we're underway from Kansas City. He fields it from the 8. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They'll be led out by the 12th-year pro from West Virginia, Geno Smith.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. I'm curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I'll talk to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did. Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Cut by the open man. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Smith. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, short of the 15. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. This return makes it up to the 25. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
Katie certainly produced a lot of highlights last week, but he gave the defense a couple as well on those interceptions. And I don't care how many touchdowns as a quarterback you throw in a game, you turn it over a couple times at a loss, put your defense out there a few more times, those moments you remember. What should really be driving him to get the win this week.
Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. A lot of grass ahead. That play good for 17 and a first down.
You call that first down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
To throw it on first down. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Second down run by Pacheco. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Throwing from the gun. Kelsey makes the catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Pacheco will score. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs finish off their opening drive. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Butker on now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 9. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the Raiders' offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. First down, Smith to throw. And that one is dropped. Such great work to get all by himself, but he can't haul in the gimme, and that deep shot is missed. Wow. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They send a man in motion. First down, and they go right back to it. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Give now to the running back. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive 1st down. He did all.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. The Chiefs and their wide receivers set for this next possession. And we see that to this point, he's leading the NFL in touchdown receptions as we work through November and into our final month plus of play. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
From the 38. Completes this one to Gray. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
About set for the 2nd quarter. Chiefs football here. They have 3rd and 4 to start out. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
The Chiefs looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes Matt Araiza to handle it. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Raiders back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Smith on 1st down. Throw reeled in by Mayer. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Shotgun snap to Smith. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. He's going to snag a couple of yards charging up the gut. That's George Karlaftis who got there for the stop. Chiefs in a nickel set for this third down call. From the gun, Smith splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right, when the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because he threw it in double coverage. And you may question the decision, but it's tough to challenge it when it produces results like that.
Blown back gets the handoff. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And they'll stop him, but not until he has a nice little gain down to the 32. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. They give it to him again. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down. He gets this one to Myers. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's the handoff. And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Putting a receiver in motion. Smith on 3rd and short. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. A timely interception for them there, Brock. That drive sure looked like it was headed for at least 3 and maybe more. And
that quarterback wants that throwback so much so. You could feel it right when he let it go. That was a route they've been working on, and a lot of offensive effort goes by the wayside as the defense finally gets itself off the field.
The Chiefs headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he's been one of the best at leading an offense this season. As you can see, he's at 2nd in the NFL right now in touchdown passes. Airing it out to start this drive. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he's tackled for a short gain. Their rookie out of Oklahoma there to make that play. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. It's Pacheco again. Buys some breathing room here. He's across the 15. Isaiah Pacheco. And he gets this all the way inside the red zone, down at the 19. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
He just didn't quite have the last bit of burst needed to finish it off, but don't be surprised to see them go his way again soon. Give him a chance to earn that touchdown.
Well, so much for seeing a safety, Brock. Things have totally changed now on 1st and 10 across midfield. From the red zone now. That's brought in by Hunt. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the Raiders' 14-yard line.
Back to throw. Couldn't connect there. Incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. They'll throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Looking for Travis Kelce that time. And 4th and 4 coming up. The Chiefs bring on Harrison Butker for the field goal. This is going to be a 31-yarder from the right hash. Up and good from Blankenship. And it'll knock this game up late in the second quarter.
You look at that third down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
This return starts at the 5. The Raiders and this running back headed back out for a new series. Their last series sure was looking like points up until that interception, Brock. Hopefully they can move the ball similarly well as they take over here. Here's a give up the middle. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. The Raiders working here. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And that will not be enough for a first down. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. Now the Raiders readying for the punt. And they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Chiefs aren't headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. We'll get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. And the Raiders get there and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. They'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard. Well, partner, you know this one firsthand. Getting them behind the sticks really limited what the call could be on the offensive side, and no doubt helped set up that INT.
Unfortunately, I sure do. And when you're in these situations, you got to have self-talk. You really do as a quarterback. You got to tell yourself 3rd and long, extra long like this, protect the football. Protect the football. A punt is okay. Quarterback extra aggressive in the defense, well, they did exactly what they wanted to do. They took it from them.
And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And they've taken back the lead.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. One final shot before halftime. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
Raiders 13, Chiefs 10.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the Falcons who were able to pick up the victory at home. Easton Stick, outstanding again as his guys up their record to 10-2 now on the year. Then more good stuff to follow later in the afternoon. One good one being under the dome in New Orleans, where it'll be the Saints taking on the LA Rams. Finally, on Monday night, Cyber Monday. Put the credit card away and settle in for the Browns and Broncos from Denver.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Brings in the kick at the 9. And look at this return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Out comes Kansas City. Its offense has it first to start quarter number 3. They've got first down from the 31. They'll come out throwing. Called in by Worthy. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. He landed Roberts coming over for the hit. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
At the 34-yard line.
Run from Pacheco to start the half. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Jack Gibbons in on the tackle. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Pass play now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
You know, one thing I've noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
Kansas City sends out its punt team. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Raiders returning their offense and this running back to the field. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. They've got a man in motion. On first down, they'll run. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Christian Fulton, the one to bring him down. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 36. Complete here to Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
A gain of 21 yards.
That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Vegas first down. Smith setting the throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
And what a huge bonus on top of the takeaway. Not only did you steal the possession, but you immediately, Kate, flip this field and give your teammates a golden opportunity to punch it in for 6. And if they score quickly, well, it'll put that opposing offense right back out there, still reeling from that interception.
The Chiefs offense set to take over again. And talk about a dream position, Brock. Heading out with 1st and goal waiting for him. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Raiders get to it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. Now on 2nd and 10. The throw is caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
It's always nice to see teams still employ a fullback. I love rewarding a big guy with some touches during a game. They earn those looks. That was a well-run route, and he showed some...
And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs take a 4-point lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. He's going to field this at the 2. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. They'll run here on 1st down. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Throwing left side, Bowers has it. And he'll get it up to the 44. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. We send a man in motion. Looking to throw, Smith. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
The challenge with so many sacks is it just disrupts everything in the rhythm and timing of your offense. All of these negative plays. Hey, this league and this game is hard enough when you're on schedule. All of these sacks setting you behind the chains. Well, you've seen how disruptive it is for this offense.
Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on 3rd down. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Smith. Into the hands of Tucker, complete. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. 2nd and 3 now. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to the well again. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, good luck sneaking a draw by this defense on 3rd down, Kate. A quicker little run may have brought them a chance to get the 1st down, but with that delay, this defense was all over it.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Listen, all he could do is make the kicks he's called out there to make. They need extra points from him, but for now, if he's able to handle his 3rd field goal of the game and just inch them a little bit closer.
He stopped on the return at the 27. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Dropping back to throw. This one finds Kelsey. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That was Tyree Wilson in on the tackle. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to throw. He's on the move. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
First and 10, looking to throw. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
From the 33 on 2nd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
6 yards to go.
Pass play coming here. He's got it deep downfield. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there.
Yeah.
Because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs grow their lead to 8. Butker on now to kick this one away. Returnable from the 2. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Raiders football, and they'll get to work, coming into the quarter trailing. First down, ball at the 36. Smith to the air now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Handoff now from the gun. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle, instead did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. From the gun, Smith. Can't find anyone open. He's forced to throw it away.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? They chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. The Chiefs offense out to take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here he goes on the bootleg. It is caught left side. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. They're set up at the 35 now. Pass play on 1st and 10. Kelsey makes the catch. And he'll get it up to the 44.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You train a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
They did it! He made the interception! And the Raiders have some new life in the 4th.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Another carry for him. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Stuffed at the line a 2nd time, and now it'll be 3rd and 10. Here's Smith. Dumped off to his running back. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
He's going to throw this one. On target to Worthy. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Throwing the out route complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
A first down carry for Pacheco. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
Right back to Pacheco. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll run it. Here's Pacheco. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Harrison Butker out now. He knows how big this try is. From 37 yards in the right hash. Up and good from Blankenship. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing is Smith. Complete. It's Myers. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. In a good spot here. 2nd and inches. They go play action. Here's Smith. To the sideline, and he has the catch. Tough play for a small gain, but it does get the first.
A gain on the play. First down, Raiders.
Shotgun snap to Smith. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Looking right, and he finds him. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good for a Raiders first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Working quickly here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense up to the line fast. 3rd and long for him here. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Chiefs take over on his 5th interception of the season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for them. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The home teams are being led back out there on offense. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. A counter give here to Pacheco. And he's taken down after gaining a couple. That's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. $8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. The give now out of the shotgun. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down. They give it to him again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Now we get another stoppage here, just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The visitors back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. And again, it's Smith. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Caught by his back. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Now to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. Smith on 1st down. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception in this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The give to Pacheco to start the drive. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Well, no louder place in Missouri or Kansas right now as the Chiefs get the win in Arrowhead. And I doubt they're going to be doing much shopping today, Brock. Probably more ice baths and relaxation ahead after getting the victory on this Black Friday. So for my partner, Brock Huard, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say so long from Kansas City.